The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm.
Now, do you want to start with your worst, or I can just start with mine if you like?
I can start with my worst.
Okay. Give me you go ahead. I gotta get some water real quick.
Sure thing. So, guys, once again, I'm the movie guy, while Swag is the game guy, and there have been a top array of movies that I have seen this year, like I do every year. Some I got a chance to record, some a review, and some a chance I did, because obviously 2020 was a very crazy month, and a lot of things changed from the theater experience. Because I'm a guy that usually goes out to the theater opening day. I drag my wife along, because trust me, some movies I do drag her along.
Oh yeah.
She don't have to go, but I do drag her along.
But I do. I come.
Okay, that's how she get her movie knowledge up. And I go check out these movies, but now things have been either on Netflix, Amazon Prime, when it comes to HBO Max, Hulu, whatever the case may be, wherever I can find a movie I try to watch. When it comes to worst of 2020, I did not even care to watch all these movies, but these are the ones that I did see, to the point where, or I couldn't even finish seeing, to the point where I was just like, all right, well, here we go. So, I'm going to give you all my list. I don't have any dishonorable mentions, I should say. But number 10, we're going to start off with Scoob. Scoob is something that I've rented. No, my wife rented on Amazon Prime, and I watched.
Let me go grab some water for these next few ones.
Okay. I watched it, and I was like, it's all right. I've seen more entertaining Scoob movies. The animation was nice and everything like that, but I fell asleep on it twice. Damn. And I said, and then myself, like, this was good. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta just lie to your kid's face like that. That's the way it is. So Scoob is number 10. Number 9, I know me and you are gonna have a little debate about this, Swag, but Hubby Halloween makes the list.
Why would we have a debate?
Because look, it's like, did I kind of find some kind of enjoyment in it? Maybe, but still, it's not a good movie. It's
I
not.
say it was a good movie? I didn't think it was that good.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, in my head, I was saying, is it going to be Hubby Halloween, or is it going to be Vampires vs. the Bronx? And I'm like, nah, I'm going to give Vampire vs. the Bronx a pass. It's going to be Hubby Halloween.
No, Hubby Halloween was not a good movie.
It wasn't. This is Adam Sandler's like, okay, F you to those who didn't think Uncut Gems was good. I'm going to make Hubby Halloween, and he succeeded. I don't find Kevin James funny no more. I do appreciate Adam Sandler.
Did a great tribute to Cameron Boyce at the end of the movie, and that he his family asked his best friend to play his part in that movie, and I thought that was nice. And I do like that Adam Sandler gives his people a job. As for Hubby Halloween goes, not a good movie. Number 8, Doolittle. Look, I am a fan of the Dr. Doolittle movies with Eddie Murphy, but then with Robert Downey Jr., for some reason,
what was it, Judge,
Robert Downey Jr. is
that he did,
right?
And I was just like,
but every time Robert Downey Jr. steps away from Tony Stark,
the Doolittle movie was supposed to be like what the actual Dr. Doolittle thing was about, and I didn't even watch it in the beginning when it first came out. I said, I have no desire to see this, and then it was just randomly. I said, let me just try this out one day. I'm sorry, I did.
Now
I said I want to keep the memory of Robert Downey Jr. as a great actor in my mind. So Doolittle definitely made it sense. It don't make number 1 because we have some worse movies from there, because that me and you can actually talk about Swag, because you did see him.
I know. I heard something about Doolittle and the dragon farting on him, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, we're done. Number 7. I already know.
Oh,
I already
just
know.
seen what number 7 is.
So I'm ready for Q4 to call me up. Project Power.
Dang.
You thought that was
I
bad?
did not enjoy Project Power like y'all did.
Now that's the movie we're going to disagree on. I don't know why you thought Hubby Halloween was the one we were going to butt heads
I'm about
on.
to say Project Power had potential, but to me, Project Power seemed rushed.
It fell short on the execution, you think?
And, yeah, a lot of it.
Okay.
And
I actually thought it was
still
enjoyable.
it had some enjoyable elements to it, but there's a lot of forgettable elements to it. And I did like how the movie was trying. If you're going to try to have this girl who obviously her dad is dead and she's trying to find a male figure in her life, and then you're going to have Jay Fox, who had a daughter, but then we thought she was dead or lost, but his whole journey is trying to find a daughter, but you're trying to give these two a father-daughter aspect of a relationship, which puts his daughter he has on the back burner.
I don't think it was trying to do that. I think it was like I just need help. I didn't think they were trying to do a father-daughter type of thing. I didn't get that portrayal at all.
Now I gotta watch it.
I got that a lot, especially with the way they were interacting, especially the way that he was trying to teach her, or especially when when he was like, "Don't show me the raps." Those are little aspects in movies that they use to try to build this kind of relationship between saying a male role model or somebody that if it's a thing,
I can see role model, but not a father
mentor.
I didn't see father figure at all.
But even with that being said, I do felt as though his daughter took a back seat, but she was the real reason for why this whole thing with the Project Power was a thing in the first place. Did I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the movie? I had a problem with Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the movie. I had a problem with because Jay Fox is one of them actors to me where no matter what you give me, I'm going to act the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
But
his acting is as intense as Kimberly Elise. Her emotional scene and Kerry Washington's lip quivers. Listen to it.
Well, it's like they gave Jay Fox Electro and
Electrode.
Black woman for sure.
Who? I'm sorry, he's not a Pokemon. Electro and Amazing Spider-Man too. And I'm just like, he did good for what was written.
It just wasn't good.
But even when he comes back in this new one, he can be like, I'm not being blue again. So he's probably going to give a way better performance than that he did the first time.
As long as he put the glasses back on, like they was damn near vertical. They was so broke. Like, come on,
it was.
So
I hated it.
Number 6 is something that I was praying for, Swag. I really was, and I couldn't finish it yet. And that's New Mutants.
Oh God. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you watched it. I wanted to like New Mutants. It kept getting to how many times New Mutants got delayed? And can I say it looked like it got delayed? And I was like, what did they change? Usually you can see where they made a different change. I'm like, this the same stuff I see in the trailer. What did they change?
Is this the one that which one was Ava directing?
DuVernay?
Yeah.
This ain't new or they New Mutants.
She's doing something.
She doing something. New Gods.
New Gods. Okay, I knew it was a new thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and I try to appreciate the horror element that they add for it, but they could have went in such a bad direction, and it felt like this movie felt like Fox just stopped caring.
Maybe they did.
But why did they stop caring with My Mutants? You know what I'm saying? It's always My Mutants, and then people like Swagger sit there and laugh at me because stuff is bad.
Why did Fox stop caring with Your Mutants? Because they stopped caring with Fantastic Four. They
never cared about Fantastic Four.
It's your properties. Like
they never cared about Fantastic Four.
They had your favorite properties, so of course they're gonna mess it up. With Sony, at least they keep trying. Like they just keep trying. They're like, we gotta hit somewhere.
We figure reboot this till we get it right.
Fast. They're like,
alright, and they kept failing.
Right. They're gonna just keep throwing it until something sticks. With Fox, they just say, yeah, we failed, but we're gonna keep it going with the failure.
Fox is looking at it as a money grabber. That's all they were doing with Fantastic Four.
They gotta stop because ain't none of them, one of them movies.
None of them grab monies.
Not even, but But they're back. They're back with the MCU now. So
yeah, thank God.
Now it's time for the top 5.
Oh, I'm here because I know about this top 5.
My number 5 is Fatal Affair with Nia Long.
Oh my God, I forgot about
That
that.
movie was horrible.
Oh my God.
Fatal Affair is something that we have seen 20 times over in other movies, especially dealing with black people.
They just rewrap it in a different paper and give it to you again. Like, my God.
that movie.
And the kind of stupidity that I had to watch Nia Long do in this movie, and the kind of all this aggressive anger that I had to see Omar Epps do in this movie.
This fake stalking he was doing, like, it was all so much.
They tried their best to make this like the black horror suspense movie. I'm like, No Good Deeds did it better, and that wasn't that great. But I'm just saying, Taraji and Idris Elba, I was actually scared of Idris Elba.
I enjoyed No Good Deed way more than I enjoyed Fatal Affair. This movie, I was done with this movie like way in the beginning. It was just, you know how they, instead of actually writing out what is happening, they give you some ridiculous like injection into the dialogue, like, yeah, so what happened with your marriage? We couldn't even get a montage or nothing. It was just, yeah, he fell off his bike and it took him a long time. He's been real mysterious, so I decided I was going to go almost have sex with my ex coworker in the bathroom. Like, sis, what? Like, how does this make sense? None of this makes sense. The whole thing was ridiculous. Her best friend not believing her was ridiculous. They put Estelle in this movie just to be murdered. It was a mess.
Poor Estelle. What were you gonna say, R&B?
I'm sorry.
There's nothing you can say.
If him and his wife ain't seen it yet, don't start now.
I think that's a good roasting movie. See, we like to watch movies to roast. If that's not your thing, don't watch it.
Now that you brought that movie up, there's a movie that's in my head that I hope is your number 1. So
don't worry about it. We get there. Number 4, Coffee and Kareem.
God, that was bad. Oh man,
that was slightly better than Fatal Affair.
Yo, I forgot both of those movies were this year.
I gave up on that movie about 10 minutes in.
I never want. No, once again, people, I have kids. Okay, so people see this the wrong way. I never wanted to strangle a kid so bad in my life.
Oh my God! Please give that disclaimer for somebody called CPS.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but that little some in that movie, you know, Taraji's son, like she find these roles.
All 3 of them needed to be smacked. Her, Ed Helms, and the kid.
I don't know what people see in Ed Helms.
You do not like Ed Helms, John.
I am not a fan of Ed Helms at all. I could get the mystique more out of Will Ferrell than I can Ed Helms. And I remember when y'all,
Will Ferrell's actually funny. That's the difference between.
I mean, and some days I'm like he's a little over the top, but some days I'm like he is funny. And like even when, because don't get me wrong, I want everybody to say right now, I have no problem with The Office. I mean, y'all watch it crazily a lot.
It's all right because Ricky is on the same page. I don't know how she with Q Flow.
I know. I was like, how in the world do you not like The Office?
He doesn't think it's funny at all.
Rick Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Look, to me it is funny, but the thing is, Ed Helms is not, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't even know why people be laughing at his shit. I don't. To me, he's just not funny, and I don't. Some things in Office are funny. Some things I'm just like, okay, this is clearly an Office circle that y'all be in. Mm-hmm. That's more funny to y'all. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I get it. But Ed Helms to me never screams, yo. And then who's buying Ed Helms and Taraji P. Henson in a relationship?
As a couple.
That's what I was about to bring up next, because I'm like, yo, there's no way at all. There's no way.
There's no way.
Don't y'all dare come on here and be like, well, why can't nope, it ain't nothing about being interracial.
No. It's nothing about interracial.
Make me believe that if Ed Helms came up and spit some game to Taraji P. Henson, that she would even sniff his way. Come on.
Yeah.
Someone had a fantasy and just had to make it come true.
Right, and that's why I want to inflate that kid. Just take a pinch of.
Listen, he was a mess.
Number 3, A Fall from Grace.
That's
You
why
know
I
what I'm
thought was
about
going
to
to be
say,
your number
Ant.
one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm about to say, Ant.
Wait. Ashtray, bitch.
Ashtray, bitch.
Well,
Hey you know what's funnier? That's Jax in Mortal Kombat too.
I know. Don't remind me. Yeah.
That's Jax. Hey, you know what's even funnier? That's so Billy Brooks from Double Toasted. That's his brother.
Yes, that's his brother.
Oh man, Mortal Kombat gonna be fun.
I'm sorry, I broke character and called you by your real name and everything. I am so sorry. That is the best part of that movie to me.
Okay, hold on, y'all. R&B. Have you seen A Fall from Grace?
yes, I have. And it was a whirlwind.
You said what?
I said I have seen it, and it was a whirlwind.
Yeah,
As my hair is changing.
yeah. I was like, Tyler Perry, you start off the year without your best hair.
So, can I talk about Tyler Perry and his love of men wigs?
Yeah, yeah, sure can.
Like, why? Like, why? Why? Like,
He's
like
speechless.
the time he put that was the most. It was the most obvious and yet terrible man wig I've ever that man wig pissed me off.
Tyler Perry got one wig for 5 activities.
And the thing is that joint stood still and I'm like, bruh,
I swear it was cold outside.
For real?
The extra in the back drinking no water out the cup
or eating no food.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what revelation I just had? What if that wig is the Alex Cross wig turned around? What if it? I feel like it is.
Now we're going too far. Now we're going too.
You probably have a point.
It looked like the Alex Cross wig, and also, there was so many things to poke holes in with this movie, like how she beat this man's head in, like his head looked like ground beef, and he came back in the end scene with a band-aid, or like nothing happened.
That movie
and
took
still
place
had a hot top.
that movie took place on December 21st. That's why.
That makes sense.
That's why.
Oh my god, that was so. I was like, bruh, he's not moving nowhere after that beating.
That movie was probably made in what, like a couple days?
Yeah, he said in 3 days, I think.
That's his specialty. He's like, y'all got a long weekend. I'm trying to shoot this movie real fast. Like what?
And then you know what? He's still going. I said black people still watch it.
And that's what he said. He's like, y'all can talk about it all you want, and y'all hate watching it. The numbers are still is nuts because y'all hate watching it.
You know what? His work ethic is insane. I heard he shot like 13 episodes of a show in 4 days.
It was that bruh show, which apparently is very bad.
It is bad.
It's now. Like I said, I try to give props to Top Perry for buying the block, but literally the block. So, I can't excuse him for this movie whatsoever.
That movie was a mess and a half.
Now we're coming down to 2 and 1.
Listen,
these movies could have flip-flopped either way.
If I guess depending on your mood that day.
But there was just one movie I was like, okay, this got to be my number 1. Number 2 is John Henry.
Oh, bro, that was this year.
God.
There was this year. John Henry with what was Ludacris' name in that, John? No. It was Hell. But what what was the jaw?
Golden Jaw? No. Let's look it up because I don't remember. I'm gonna be real with you. I blocked out most of Terry Crews and his shenanigans and just moved on.
So I did not see it. Now.
Oh no!
Don't.
So John Henry. what's he based off of John Henry in the comic book?
Not at all. Not at all.
Ooh,
Nothing to do with
look,
it.
you know,
I mean, because I saw him with the sledgehammer, and I'm like, oh, maybe this is.
Oh, you mean the sledgehammer that came out in the third act? Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, I'll break it down to you. This John Henry, it's not about the John Henry from DC Comics. It's not about the folklore tale of John Henry going up against the Machine. This is a urban youth story because I'm not mentioning the N word on this podcast, of a guy who don't know how he got these powers. Can literally his hands are like hammers.
Mm-hmm.
So they call because say he could like punch a guy and kill him. Okay, like they've never heard it before, and he can survive gunshots apparently. Which, by the way, none of this was explained.
Nope.
And he just wants to go around the hood and help out the hood. This is what Terry Crews probably wanted to do when he saw Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
And said, "This is what needs to be happening." Because
he said, "I want to be a respectable politics, Luke Cage."
And he was going around and he was trying to save the hood from the gangbangers.
From the hood?
Yeah, trying to save the hood from the hood. And he did a terrible job at it. And there were so many instances in the movie where things happen, but they're not explained.
Mm-hmm.
They just want you to know. And I'm like, hold on, this is not a cinematic universe. I don't know anything.
Nope.
If you want me to know anything about John Henry, I'm like, well, where is him working on the railroad? Where is him going up against the steel mill? Like, I want to know where that John Henry's at, because this guy, the only thing Jerry Crews had was a bald head and the body.
Honest to God, this truly, I said it when we did the review, it felt like Terry Crews ain't seen a hood in 20 years, 30 years maybe, and thinks that the hood is still the same hood that it was 30 years ago, and everybody behaves the exact same way, and he wants to save everyone from themselves. And it was just like, the plot of the movie was ridiculous. Like, the non-existent backstory of the movie was ridiculous. The best part of this movie was his dad, who they murked, and I was mad. Okay, I was like, bruh.
And forgive me, I'm not saying spoiler alert. I don't care.
We listen. If you ain't seen it at this point,
if you
don't do it.
If you haven't seen it, don't
do it to you. And it was just like,
unless you want to have a good roast movie, because first of all, it looked like me and Swag took my webcam and said, "All right, I got $1,200 in my pocket. Let's make this movie."
That's exactly what it was. It was a mess. And no, because we tried to get us a fair shake, despite the fact that Terry Crews would not shut the fuck up this year. We was like, let's just watch the movie and see what's popping with it. I expected something completely different. They even stole the whole John Wick thing where his dog got killed and now he mad.
Yep.
So he wanted to go start destroying shit because his dog is dead. And I was just like, yo, it's way too much happening in this movie. This belonged in the bottom of a Walmart $5 movie bin. I do not care what anybody says. That's where it should have lived. That's where it should have lived and went straight to DVD, because this was a mess. The whole jaw piece on Ludacris was a mess, because no, we didn't have plastic surgery to fix people's faces 20 years ago. Why the fuck would they put just a iron piece on his jaw and be like, that's it? That's not like,
couldn't afford it.
Bro, get out of here. The hood got Medicaid. I'm not hearing that. We're not doing
this. Medicaid, the man had all the money because he was hell. First of all, the man don't use guns. The man said, let me go around here with this tank.
With a tank?
A blowtorch. I'm like, do you know how inconvenient that is?
He got to carry it around everywhere.
The reason why he died because he tripped over the cord. I'm like, do you know how inconvenient
that was? So anticlimactic.
Get up. Like, you could literally just stand up and run. You're good.
Could you imagine? There's a gunfight outside my house. You be like, yo, let me get my tank off the heater real quick and go roll it out there. Talk about some y'all mess with the wrong one. They shoot the tank. Everybody gone. You're done. So John Henry makes number 2 because number 1 is something that I know me and Swag can agree about. And it's Artemis Fowl.
I didn't see that one neither.
Don't.
Yo,
Artemis
I'm
Fowl.
gonna be real. That movie is not in my memory. I don't remember watching it. I'm so serious.
It was that bad. Remember, you first bought it twice.
It.
What was his scoop?
This was Artemis Fowl came out the weekend. Everybody was like, okay, we had 3 movies come out the weekend, or 3 different streaming services. We had The King of Staten Island with Pete Davidson.
Okay.
We had The Five Bloods with Spike Lee, and we had Artemis Fowl. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch all 3. At that time, I didn't know how Prime worked because I didn't even know I had it, but now I know I did have it, so I could have watched it. But I checked out Artemis Fowl. I was like, because it's on Disney Plus. Let's check it out. Why not? And that has got to be.
That was the biggest mistake you made.
That was a terrible movie this year, which makes my number 1 because it was like, Disney, how you mess up this bad?
Yo, I don't.
The kid was forgettable. The plot was forgettable because there really was none. The whole fairy element was forgettable. Everything in the movie about it had no concrete stand in the memory of anybody. That's probably why Shaq forgot about it.
Yo, I don't. I'm so sorry. I don't remember anything. I don't.
It was terrible. That's why I said my number 1. Honestly, the only movie on this list I could probably give a little bit more grievance to, that maybe if I try to check it out on a second viewing, or actually I did see it twice, but if I check it out, again, it's probably Project Power. Mm-hmm. To be fair,
yeah, I thought that movie wasn't that bad. I mean, again, it could be. We have different tastes, so I'm not gonna just criticize you for not liking it. But.
No, but I'm not. I didn't run it down. Like, it's not nowhere near no John Henry or Artemis Fowl.
Right.
Oh
right.
God.
I just felt it's one of them. Let's just stick Jane Fowl. It more could have been explored with that movie.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that.
I think I would say the movie just let me down more so than hated it. Let's put it that way.
Now
I gotta see it because the trailer was giving me superhero freedom riders, and I just don't.
I wasn't here in the beginning of the list. Now, if I would put Code 8 on there versus Project Power. I'm not.
You know what?
Code 8.
I did because first of all I couldn't get through the extraction.
Okay.
So I was just like, ooh. So if I can't get through the extraction, so I didn't even give Code 8 a chance. So now once again, if I probably seen Code 8, I probably would agree with you because I didn't get to see all of Code 8. I just thought everybody was on hype train because of Stephen Amell.
Right. The movie wasn't bad, but I was like, this could have been better as an anthology.
Okay, fair.
That's how I feel about Project Power. It would have been better as an anthology, but I didn't think it was a bad movie.
Now, did you want me to get through my best?
Oh yeah, you're on a roll. So you're more entertaining than I will ever be. So
okay, we're not gonna do all that, but so here now when it comes to no, I do appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. I'll say, but saying I won't ever step on your feet on this podcast. Yes, the bromance is going wild. So